Like once it is decided, once the conventional approach is decided, you throughout the following same approach throughout your PhD duration, throughout your research duration, is going to be conventional approach. You need to think out of box. Out of box means like every time you need to say whether the same concept need to be applied or do I need to make some changes. If you could do this, then only you will be able to publish your data in good journal. Now, in order to have a good research career, we need to apply these changes, because only theoretical is not going to serve the purpose. Like theory mein humne pata kar liya ki yes, we need to have the changes inevitable and we need to adopt the change, but how this how it is to be applied, right? Now question is, what is good research career? Let me tell you what the research, I mean, as per my perception is concerned. If somebody asking me like what is good research career, like the career which going to make me happy, like the career which, I mean, the activity which is going to provide me happiness, that should be the ultimate target of my research activity. Like whatever I'm doing, if that activity is going to provide me happiness, then only that I will treat that as a good research career. Otherwise, I may have, truly speaking, a PhD, I mean publications, but if that publication is not bringing me happiness, what is the use? What is the use of that publication? Next is going to be satisfaction. Like, am I going to satisfy? Sometimes you may be happy, but you may not be satisfied. Like happiness and satisfaction, there is a slight difference between happiness and satisfaction. Like for example, I started my research and I got published my data like in one research journal, right? Whose impact factor could be around 1. Thomson Reuters impact factor could be around 1. So I'm obviously I will be very happy person. But am I going to be satisfied with that? I may be satisfied or may not be satisfied too. The question is, like, unless you're satisfied, you should not stop. So therefore, first of all, you need to see whether you are going to be happy. And then next, you need to see whether you are satisfied with that. If not, what should be done? Whether happiness or satisfaction, and whether you are looking for happiness, satisfaction, or you are looking for lifelong association. Truly speaking, unless you have the lifelong association with your research topic, you are not going to end up with happiness. You are not going to end up with the satisfaction. Let me give you some example for this. Let us say, while doing PhD, like you enter into one particular area in which you were not very much interested. But since you were not having facilities or you were not having option, let us say you were living in one of the at very remote places, and you were not having option of having the research advisor who is having good exposure and who is having good infrastructure for R&D facility, for doing research and development. As a result of that, you enter into the topic in which you are not much interested. जिसमें आपको interest नहीं था, उसमें आप enter कर बैठे. Then once you complete your PhD करने के बाद, you got opportunity at better place. Let's say earlier you were working as a faculty member, or let's say you are working as a research scholar in maybe around one of the very remote places of the country. Once you got the PhD, somehow you got 1 or 2 publication. On the basis of that, you got opportunity to work at better place, maybe for postdoc or maybe as a faculty. And there you came across the area in which you are really interested, जहां आपको पता चला कि यार यही तो है जो मैं देख रहा था, right? And then you start working in that, you got some result, and then you believe that later on that should be a area in which you should pursue your rest of the research career. तो क्या हुआ? During your PhD 3 साल आपने बर्बाद कर दिए कि whatever you have learned, whatever time you spend, that is going to be waste of time for you, because again you need to start from scratch. So you need to again start from scratch. Sometimes let us say, अब वहां पर भी मान लो कि वहां पर भी आपको कॉम्प्रोमाइज करनी पड़ी. PhD के दरमियान you did the compromise. After PhD you got employment मिला क्योंकि आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं था. then again you there also you did the compromise. जो जहां पर पीएचडी किया वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यहाँ नहीं था, किसी और टॉपिक पे अपने काम करना शुरू कर दिया, 5-10 साल अपने काम किया, then again on the basis of that work experience you got opportunity in some other institution, वहां पर आपको पता चला कि नहीं यार ये सही टॉपिक रहेगा मेरे लिए, आपने then from that point onwards you started working. तो क्या होगा, आप देखिए कि पहले 3 साल पीएचडी के टॉपिक आप किसी और कोई और टॉपिक में काम किया आपने, then you started your independent research, then again you started working in some other area, and then 5-7-8 साल के बाद में and then again you start working in altogether different area. तो क्या होगा, आपका लाइफ लॉन्ग एसोसिएशन किसी एक टॉपिक के साथ में नहीं रहा, as a result of that you could not earn any authority in any one of the topic. So you're not going to end up with happiness, or you're not going to have the satisfaction as well. So if you really want to have the happiness or satisfaction, what my suggestion would be, you need to, like, whenever you are registering for PhD, of course आपके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं रहा तो that is different story, but if you are having option, देख लीजिए कि what in which topic you will be more comfortable, what is your, like, आप inner conscious को पूछिए कि आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है, so that whatever topic you will start from your day one, and if you continue to work in the same topic, you are going to have a lifelong association with that topic, and you are going to earn a lot of authorities, lot of credential in the same area, and you will be having a lot of credential too. Otherwise what will happen, after 5-10 years, you will not having any particular area to tell people that you are having expertise in this particular area. And therefore, my friend, if you in the research career, if you really want to have the happiness and satisfaction, you need to ensure that you are going to have lifelong association. That care need to be taken while registering PhD, while doing registration in the beginning of your PhD. And therefore, I thought, let me tell you this. Now, to achieve excellence career, I'm not going to tell you anything new, but you need to check, like, whether you have this, right? So if you really want to have excellence career, you need to have all those skills. You must have study skills, computer literacy, experimental richness, proficiency in media of instruction, and physical fitness. ये बोलना बड़ा आसान है, but truly speaking, study skills and study habits doesn't mean that only, देखिए, because whenever आपको भी पता है कि whenever we are having, let us say I'm professor and I'm having 10 students with me, we are working for PhD. सभी के सभी बच्चे sincere नहीं होते. There are some students, they are very genius, they are very genuine, they are working day and night, and there are some students, like, they will be coming randomly, they will not be coming in time, right? उनको habits ही नहीं होते. So therefore, study skills and study habits need to be, like, this is one of the this should be inherent feature of our any research scholar. So if you don't have that, I'm sure you're not going to have excellent research career. आजकल जो मैंने बताया ना कि अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्या हो रहा है, जैसे कि मुझे आई स्टिल रिमेंबर व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग इन वन ऑफ द एफिलिएटेड कॉलेजेस लॉन्ग बैक ड्यूरिंग 1988 टू इन द बिगिनिंग फेज ऑफ माय टीचिंग करियर, वहां पर एक टीचर हुआ करते थे, एंड ही यूज्ड टू आस्क, ही यूज्ड टू टेल, वो मतलब पीएचडी के बड़े खिलाफ थे, वो कहते थे कि पीएचडी करके क्या करोगे आप, तो वो मुझे कहते थे कि प्रोफेसर सिरसा यू टेल मी, ये XYZ बंदा इसने पीएचडी किया, ये पीएचडी के पहले भी बेवकूफ था और पीएचडी के बाद भी बेवकूफ भी तो है ये, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस एज सच, राइट? तो मुझे हमें ये देखना पड़ेगा कि बिफोर कंप्लीशन ऑफ पीएचडी, लाइक what was my status. That is why I requested you to like understand, like, where do you stand today, and see, like, where you are going to be after completion of this course. Is there going to be any enrichment after completion of the course? तो पीएचडी के बाद में अगर एनरिचमेंट नहीं है, तो कोई एक बंदा था पीएचडी के पहले भी अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाता था, पीएचडी के बाद भी अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा रहा है, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक डिफरेंस देन? सो आफ्टर पीएचडी इफ देयर इज नो सिग्निफिकेंट, मैं तो बहुत बार स्टूडेंट को कहता हूं कि जो लोहा गर्म करने के बाद जो हम सेब दे सकते हैं, उसको लोहा गर्म करने के बाद जो सेफ हम दे सकते, दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सनालिटी वी नीड टू ग्रो आवरसेल्फ एज ए पीएचडी स्कॉलर. क्योंकि अगर उस टाइप की पर्सनालिटी अगर हम अपनी पर्सनालिटी का नहीं बना पाए, so what is the use of getting PhD then? And therefore, my friend, if you really want to have excellent research career, we need to have a good study skills and good habits. Computer literacy is going to be inherent feature. Because there are some students, like they always ask others to work for them as far as the presentation is concerned, as far as the representation of data is concerned, as far as the plotting of data is concerned. So the minimum literacy is very, very mandatory. Every student, whether you are from science or social, because I know this is the gathering from science discipline and professional, the School of Professional Studies. But let me tell you, my friend, computer literacy is going to be very, very mandatory. Experimental richness, this is very, very important. क्योंकि जैसे कि मास्टर स्टूडेंट में ये काफी खासियत होती है कि whenever we are asking student to do the experiment, let us say if there is a group of let us say 10 student or 5 student, there will be always one or two student, they will be always coming forward and doing their experiment. And कुछ लोग जो होते हैं, they are always observer, वो कभी भी सामने आके एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं करेंगे. 1 or 2 student they will be doing experiment, बाकी लोग जो ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, वो जो लिखेंगे वो अपने कॉपी में उतारेंगे, and then they will be plotting the graph and they will be very happy. But unless you do your experiment on your own, you are not going to learn anything. In research also, there are many students I have seen, they don't do the experiment on their own, they are always dependent on others. They always request others to make the experiment, do the experiment for themselves. If you are having this kind of approach, I'm sure, and moreover, it's not only doing experiment, you need to plan your own experiment as well. If you are dependent on your research advisor, like many research scholars, what they are doing, every time they are going to their research advisor, sir, batao hame kya karna hai? Like they will be going to this research advisor, that sir, tell me what should I do now. Like research advisor will be asking him to do this and this experiment, and they will be completing that experiment, and they will be having data, and then they will be putting that data in front of the advisor, and they will say, okay, sir, this experiment has been done, now you tell me what to do next. If you are doing like this, again, you are not going to learn anything. Truly speaking, you need to set your own experiment. You need not ask every time to your PhD advisor. You need to do your own experiment, have the failure, learn, because failure is going to be wonderful opportunity for us to learn. And therefore, experimental richness is very, very important. Proficiency in the medium of instruction is not only speaking. I'm telling you the presentation as well. Because if you have a good data with you, and if you are not able to present your data systematically and impactfully, you will not be able to publish your data in good journal. And most importantly, physical fitness, because physical fitness is going to be inherent feature for every research scholar. Because if you are fit, you can work day and night, and you can have the lot of learning experiences. And if you are having physical issues, obviously you will be working with limited time in the laboratory, and I'm sure you are not going to learn many things out of that as well. At the same time, in order to have the excellent research career, you must be at least good as a reader, listener, observer, analyst, and planner and action taker. Let me tell you, my friend, what I'm trying to tell you. Reader means, like, research scholars should keep on reading. Reading doesn't mean that only textbook reading. Reading means, like, every time, like as I mentioned earlier, after regular interval, we need to keep on doing literature review. We need to keep on doing reading basic literature, and we need to keep on reading through observations as well. Second should be, like, you need to be a good listener, because if you really want to be a successful research scholar, you need to listen very carefully. Because many times when you go to your PhD advisor would like to tell you something, you don't want to listen. You are physically there, आप physical तो present हो वहां पर, आपके advisor कुछ आपको बता रहे हैं, but you are like, I don't know what is happening with you, and then you are not listening properly. Number one. Number two, like, whenever you are with your research scholars, like your research colleague rather, you need to, like, if you are new research scholar in the group, you need to listen, like, what others are, like, what you need to listen your senior research scholar. You need to listen your PhD advisor. You need to listen from your senior research scholars. You need to listen from, like, the other professors. Keep on listening. You need to be a good observer as well, because whenever you are new in the research group, you need to keep on observing what others are doing. समटाइम व्हाट हैपेंस, कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं कि दे आर वेरी इगोइस्टिक, उनको लगता है कि यार ये मेरे लिए क्या, ये तो मैं तो आसानी से कर सकता हूँ, सो दे डोंट वांट टू फॉलो सीनियर रिसर्च स्कॉलर, उनको लगता है कि मैं खुद अपने आप कर लूंगा। आई हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ एक्सपीरियंसेस टू। तो बच्चे बिल्कुल खुद, उनको लगता है कि मैं खुद करूंगा, आई डोंट वांट टू ऑब्जर्व एनीबॉडी एल्स, because if you don't observe, because if you are new research scholar, you are going to commit a lot of mistake and you are going to waste your time. Rather, if you really want to have excellence research career, to begin with, if you are beginner in the group, try to observe what others are doing. See like what kind of methodology they are following, what kind of protocol they are adopting, and then based on that you should plan your own experiment based on those observations. And therefore, my friend, once you gather information through reading, through listening, and through observation, you are going to have a bunch of information. You need to be good analyst, because if you really want to have a good research career, you need to be good analyst. You must be able to analyze your data systematically, and once you have analyze your data, you need to prepare a systematic plan. Because there are मैंने ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट देखे कि उनके पास सिस्टमेटिक प्लान ही नहीं होता, नॉलेज तो होता है उनके पास, they always speak, you know, like they are having n number of ideas with them, but they don't have a specific plan to be executed. So unless you have a specific plan to be executed, you are not going to get any success. So you need to be a good planner, and once you have the plan, you need to be good action taken as well. So if